For the dough, I have approximately 1 tablespoon. It don't look like it's completely a tablespoonful, but anyway, 1 tablespoon approximately of sugar, and half a teaspoon salt, and this is the trick to a quick and fast pizza dough: rapid rise instant yeast. And you don't need to bloom this, just go ahead and add it in the flour, and we're going to add some olive oil. I would say about a tablespoon. And the water is warm, about 110 to 115 degrees, and go ahead and add it. The flour might need a little help to push it in the middle to really incorporate it with the water. So as you can see, here's my dough. It started to form into a bowl, and I'm going to let this knead for about 2 minutes more, and at low speed, number 2 of my mixer. And I actually had to add about 2 tablespoons of water to make sure to get the dough to really hold together. When that happens, where you feel like the dough are not coming together and it's slightly very dry to the touch, just go ahead and add some water. I would say a tablespoon of warm water at a time until you see it holding together. So I got it at this point now, and I'm gonna let this knead for about 2 more minutes, and then I'll take it out to let it rise. So we cut the dough into 2 pieces and form a disc and place it inside in the middle of this pan, because we're going to allow this to rise once, and then we'll start spreading it on the pizza pan. Okay, I'm just going to cover this with cling wrap, prevent from drying, and then I'm going to place this in the oven, and I'm just going to turn the oven light on. The oven will be off. The light will give off a very low heat, which allows this and help this to rise. Okay, here's another shortcut. I used to make marinara sauce, and you know that marinara sauce takes a while to simmer and all of that process. But this is my homemade tomato sauce. You can use store-bought tomato sauce, and naturally it doesn't have any seasoning. And all I do is add about half a teaspoon in this jar of tomato sauce, half a teaspoon of garlic powder right there, and about a pinch of red crushed pepper. So depending on your taste, how hot you like it. To me, this is fine. That's about a quarter teaspoonful of red crushed pepper. And that's all there is to it. My tomato sauce or marinara sauce is done. All I have to do is mix it and incorporate it with the pizza. This is going to be a very crusty pizza, okay? So just punch down on the dough once it's doubled in size and spread it as well as you can. Oops, I'm not even in the frame. Okay, so here's our pizza dough. I'm going to let it set, rest for a little while, and then put the topping. Okay, here are our toppings, and you can put whatever you want, of course, but basically we have mozzarella cheese and my homemade tomato sauce, which I seasoned with crushed red pepper and garlic, pepperoni, crumbled bacon, onions, and green and red bell peppers. These are cremini mushrooms or baby portobello mushrooms. You could use whatever mushroom you want. And over here, this is olive oil with some finely chopped garlic. Now it's time to assemble the pizza. I'd like to start by putting some of this olive oil and garlic along the edges. And then kind of bring it in. My husband loved his garlic flavor, so of course when you're making your own, you put as little or as much as you want. Okay, so okay, by putting the mozzarella cheese on the crust first, you prevent it from browning and drying. That's how I find it to be. So now I'm going to add my sauce. Just kind of drizzle that along all around the pizza and start putting some of my bell peppers. And I'm gonna continue doing it. Okay, so here are some of the rest of the topping. Our crumbled bacon. I like the smokiness of crumbled bacon on the pizza, so I'm gonna put as much as I can, and that will make my husband happy and my granddaughter. Now I'm gonna add and drizzle a little more of this olive oil and garlic on top of this. Just drizzle it along. think I'll add a little more cheese along the edges. So I'm going to preheat my oven to 480 degrees, and I'm going to let it bake more or less 10-15 minutes, and you could pretty much tell when your pizza is done. Okay, so here is our first pizza. It's practically still sizzling, and I like to cut it right away while it's still nice and hot. You can hear that the crust is very crisp, and as much as I would like to, I can't taste it right now. It's too hot. You see, it's still steaming. Okay, so this is pizza number 1, which I'm going to be calling my daughter to come and pick up some. Oops, sorry about the noise. Okay, so as you can see, crust is nice and crisp, and it's very, very cheesy. So good. Pizza number 2. And I already tasted a slice of this pizza, and it is so good. Okay, this will not last very long. So there they are, our homemade pizza.